Flares for men. Just a little.
No bigger.
Sports presents UCLA football.
The following is an exclusive Metro Sports videotape presentation. Last week, UCLA's number 46, Frank Cephas, provided most of the Bruins' offense. Cephas rushed for UCLA's only touchdown and caught 4 passes for 67 yards. But it was not enough as the Bruins lost to number 1 ranked Nebraska. UCLA's defense has only allowed 501 yards total passing so far this season, led by All-American prospect Don Rogers. Now, this same defense will be sorely tested today by the great-great-great-grandson of Brigham Young, Heisman Trophy candidate number 8 Steve Young, who leads the nation in total offense with an average of 451.7 yards per game. A true test for the Bruins today and their new starting quarterback, number 12, Steve Bono. Metro Sports, in association with KTLA, presents UCLA Bruins football. Today, it's the UCLA Bruins taking on the Cougars of Brigham Young University. This game comes to you from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. Today's game is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers and proud sponsor of the U.S. Olympic team. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By International Harvester, in the field and on the road, IH is on track and moving ahead. And by Chevrolet and your Southern California Chevy dealer. He's making terrific clearance deals right now on every new 83 Chevy car and truck. And by National Lumber, who feel the store with the good stuff at the right price is the store you'll feel more at home with. That's National Lumber. Hello, everybody. I'm Ray Scott. With me, Joe Butita. Last week, the Bruins lost to the number 1 team in the country and also the number 1 running team in the country in Nebraska. All they have to do now, Joe, with a depleted defensive group is face the number 1 passing team in the country.
Well, without linebackers, some of the linebackers for the Bruins are injured. They'll face a guy by the name of Steve Young, who leads the country in passing. He just tore apart our Air Force last week. He had 18 straight completions at one point. But what the Air Force Academy did was drop 8, sometimes 9 people to protect against the pass, and he had 5, sometimes 6 seconds to throw the football. They like to limit you to 3.5 seconds and then make you decide to either run, pass, or put you on your back. So the Bruins will try a few different things to try and mix up their defense and not let Young just stand back there and pick them apart.
So it's a very determined UCLA Bruin team, hungry for a victory against the number 1 passing team in the country, BYU. Excitement in store. Glad you're with us. We'll be back with the opening kickoff right after these messages.
Chairman of the board. Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The chairman of the board is boarding. The vice president is vicing. The president is presidenting.
Yes.
Salesmen are selling.
Thank you.
And the customers are customering.
But where's the specials?
Heavy-duty bronze finish frame, gold finish grill. The Academy Riverside screen door, now $39.77.
As a customer, I expect good stuff at the right price.
But as chairman of the board, I demand it.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do it
fresh. We'll only serve you plump, wholesome chicken that's just been cooked.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do it
special.
Only original recipe chicken is cooked under pressure with the Colonel's 11 herbs and spices, so the seasonings are squeezed into each juicy bite.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do it
every day. So our tangy coleslaw is always as fresh as can be.
We're talking crisp.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
Aunt Mary was a very special kind of woman.
You want her to coach you, huh? That's crazy.
But how could I be a baseball player with this?
You could do anything you want to do if you want to hard enough.
Suddenly, everything changed.
My coaching days are over, Nicholas.
The award-winning true story of a woman's courageous struggle. Jean Stapleton is Aunt Mary. Sunday at 6, here on Channel 5.
Have ever played in college football. They've played UCLA several times in basketball, but this is a kick by Johnson, no return. He kicked it clear out of the end zone.
Bono's very first started quarterback at UCLA. Big day for this young fella.
Howell comes in motion from the UCLA 20 to the outside. Tennell, who has good speed in his first start, gets about 2.5 yards.
Tennell is 6'4", 230-pound freshman. Has a one-year varsity experience, and there you see the backs and receivers for the Bruins. A couple of changes. The offensive line pretty much the same, except Mark Mannon now starting at center in place of Dave Barron.
Second down, 7.5. Bono, who's always a threat to run, and a fine defensive play by linebacker Leon White, a sophomore out of San Diego, just when it appeared Bono might have some running room.
Game films are amazing things as you look at the defensive front wall of the BYU Cougars, but they know that Bono is a much more mobile quarterback than Neuheisel. And on that little sprint action right there, they strung it out real well, and sophomore Leon White from San Diego made the stop. Nice play by the youngster.
Loss of 4, third down, 11.5. Bono, good protection. And a loss. This time, the play is made by linebacker Gary Whittingham.
Gary Whittingham has a famous father. His father, Fred, is now an assistant coach with the Rams. He played at Cal Poly SLO, and he just caught Bono, who couldn't scramble out of the pocket that time.
And Bono will be doing the punting. Scott Norborg is back in a very short punt around the UCLA 40 and out of bounds at the 39. So just like that, this high-powered BYU offense comes onto the field. With the score, 0-0. We'll be back after this.
You're invited to a going-away party at your Southern California Chevy dealers. It's the end of the model year, and we're giving these 83 Chevrolets a clearance price send-off. Cavalier deals to make the confetti fly. S10 pickups tagged for a quick exit. Celebrities at year-end prices worth celebrating. You're invited, but hurry. Once they're gone, the party's over. See your Southern California Chevy dealer and get what you're driving for.
No one knows what the world will look like in 1993, but you know your home will look great because back in 1983, you used a new paint called Decade. For 10 years, Decade will protect against sun, rain, and just about anything Mother Nature can conjure up. Decade, the guaranteed one-coat 10-year paint that costs just $9.99 a gallon in white and 25 colors, only at Standard Brands Paint and Decorating Centers.
BYU at the UCLA 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Steve Young. There's his short man breaking a tackle, and close to a first down is Eddie Stinnett, his #1 receiver.
That's right. That's 22 receptions for Stinnett. I was going to say before the snap of the ball, giving the Cougars, as you look at their backs and receivers, giving the Cougars the ball at your 39-yard line is like inviting them to dinner and starting with the dessert. You don't want to do that to Steve Young. He'll just pick you apart. He throws a lot of passes underneath the coverage, and that's what he did with Stinnett that time. He just went out about 6-7 yards, and he hit him.
Second down, half a yard for a first down, just inside the UCLA 30. Tight end, the great tight end, Gordon Hudson, on target at the 20, and BYU is showing why they are such a powerful offensive team.
Hudson had 12 catches against the Air Force last week, and many of them were in plays like that where he just drops right in the pocket. And those linebackers for the Bruins will be very busy today, along with the defensive backs. Sometimes you'll see 5 and 6 defensive backs for the Bruins.
Now they take out Stinnett. They go with 3 wide receivers, the 1 running back, Tiamalu. Young with a lot of time. Incomplete inside the 10-yard line on a good hit by Ron Pitts.
Well, you saw the time Young had that time, and if he has more than 3.5 or 4 seconds, he's going to pick you apart. What the Bruin defensive line is doing so well here, though, they're staying in the vision of Young. They're making him throw over them and not providing a window for him to throw through. That time he got the pass anyway with almost 5 seconds to throw it.
Now they bring back in Stinnett. Second down, 10, 20-yard line of the Bruins. Game scoreless, but the Cougars of BYU threatening. Now remember, he's a great runner. He's our leading runner. Young, he's close to a first down. Believe it or not, Steve Young is the leading runner of this BYU offensive unit.
He has 4.6 speed, and some of the pro scouts who have seen him play all 3 games in 1983 say that he'll probably, on his performance right now, be the #1 pick in the first round of the NFL draft coming up. He is an outstanding athlete.
He picked up 9 yards, and a concerned Terry Donahue looks on from across the way as the Cougars have a 3rd and a yard for a first down just outside the UCLA 10. 12 minutes to play first quarter. No wide receivers. Kozlowski in motion. Here's Young. He has the first down, or very close to it. Pitts made a fine play with Neil Delacono coming over to help out. This might call for a measurement. That was excellent lateral speed by Delacono and Ron Pitts. We're going to have a measurement for the down. Incidentally, from the hash mark to the sideline on both sides of the field, it's very soggy.
It's just a mess, Ray. They've had very heavy rains here in California for the last 2 days. The field was entirely covered most of last night and all of this morning, but some of that water always gets through, and unless you're on the crown of the field right down the center, it's going to be very soggy.
I'm sure you noticed not only did the Cougars pick up a first down, but they have some followers here. What an offensive average, 600 yards a game.
And over 400 of those passing.
And the only reason they're second is because Nebraska's first. First and goal to go. Bruin 9-yard line. Young on first down. Wide open. Touchdown. Mike Edo, the senior wide receiver from San Clemente.
BYU gives you so many looks, so many options, that it's very difficult for you to cover. The Bruins had 5 defensive backs in on that play, and Mike Edo comes up with his 3rd touchdown pass of the year on only his 10th reception. But look at the time Young has. He just looks, and Edo, as you can see, was not his primary receiver. But if you give a quarterback more than 3.5 seconds to throw the ball, he'll pick out a secondary and then a 3rd receiver, and that's exactly what he did that time.
Lee Johnson is 11 of 13 in points after. Make it 12 out of 14. So with the score 7-0, BYU will be back after this.
With most tractors today, all-wheel drive is an afterthought, an add-on feature. But the International 50 Series were designed specifically for all-wheel drive. Designed with an all-American made axle, true centerline drive, and no universal joints. Designed in America to be productive and reliable. Designed not to be the first all-wheel drive, only the best. That's the International 50 Series.
3 viewers have expressed dissatisfaction with our undignified representation of National Lumber. Really? In response, we present this no-nonsense commercial. At National Lumber, it is low prices, high quality, and courteous service.
My word.
Here is another low-price National Lumber special.
Mix some up for that patio project. 90 pounds of Sir Mix concrete mix, $188 at National Lumber.
And so do those who resent National Lumber's frivolous TV commercials.
Firestone introduces quality car care at affordable prices. Mastercare by Firestone. Mastercare is a new kind of care for your car, no matter what kind of car you drive. And you can try Mastercare now at special introductory prices. Mastercare 8-point front disc brake service is now only $54.95. Mastercare air conditioning service with pressure and leak tests and up to a pound of refrigerant is just $24.95. Mastercare by Firestone. Only where you see this sign.
The Toyota Standard Bed Truck presents the 5998 workout. A workout that shows you how the biggest Standard engine in its class helped make Toyota the #1 selling line of import trucks in America. And with that kind of power and performance, you get a lot of working out for your 5998.
Now that's doing it right.
And after a workout, a shower can be mighty refreshing.
The score remains the same. First quarter.
Little draw play against basically a defensive unit set up to protect against the pass.
That's exactly right. They did this all day against the Air Force Academy last week. This is one of their 2 favorite running plays, the draw play. The other's the sweep. Newborn in hot pursuit. The tackle finally made by Neil Delacono from behind. Another first down, and they're out from the shadow of their own goalpost.
From the Cougar 32-yard line. 5.5 minutes to play first quarter. 7-0 BYU. This is Wayman Hamilton, and a fine play from behind.
That's David Randall who made the play. He didn't play at all, or not very much in Nebraska. He was injured against Arizona State, and they really need Randall, who is 6'3" and about 235 pounds with a couple of years of varsity experience, and he made a big play that time.
Number 64, David Randall. No gain. 2nd and 10, the Cougars at their own 33. Wide receivers either side. Here comes the pressure. Oh, here's Wayman Hamilton. First down. 40 of UCLA. And caught from behind. Doug West saved a touchdown after a 49-yard run after the screen pass.
Another California kid comes back to haunt the Bruins. Just a simple screen to Wayman. And there he goes, the pulling lineman. Look at the blocks out in front of him. Great block there on Donnie Rogers. And then it's a linebacker, an inside linebacker to boot, actually outside linebacker, Doug West, who catches him from behind. Otherwise, he's gone for good.
At the 19-yard line of the Bruins, 1st and 10 BYU. Pendleton came in motion to the left. Pass complete to the young man who caught the touchdown pass earlier, Mike Edo. Short gain, 3 yards to the 16. It's almost a victory to hold them to 3-yard gain. Now Glenn Kozlowski, Carlsbad, California. He's been used as a messenger, alternating with one of the other wide receivers. Now both Kozlowski and Pendleton are off to the left. 2nd and 7 at the Bruins 16. Kozlowski in motion. Close to a first down. Bruins thought they might have had a recovery of a fumble, but the officials say no. It is within a yard of a first down at the 10. 3rd and 1. That was Ron Pitts who made the defensive play.
The Cougars really get you between a rock and a hard place because you're so wary of their passing game that they'll kill you with a draw. Tiamalo now twice has been excellent on the draw play as you look at Terry Donahue's record. But you're so concerned about what's going on up top, you got to get caught up with the ground game.
Kozlowski in motion. Oh, first down is picked up at the 7-yard line. Wayman Hamilton. He had been the #1 tailback last year, but Eddie Stinnett had taken over, but Hamilton is still a very capable running back.
You know, Ray, already the Bruin defense has been on the field a long, long time. Last weekend against the Air Force Academy, the Air Force coach said at halftime his defense was just totally exhausted, just from covering all the receivers that the Cougars put out in the patterns.
Pendleton is to the right, Edo to the left, 1st and goal, Bruins 7, Pendleton in motion, to the outside, Stinnett, and that tackle saved a touchdown at about the 3-yard line.
Here it is again. They go wide on the sweep. Lupe Sanchez trailing the play, fights off one block and comes up to make the stop. Nice play by Lupe, who did not have, as he will admit, a very good game against Nebraska last week, but he's playing well already. Has 1 interception, and now that big tackle on Stinnett.
2nd and goal at the Bruin 2. 2.5 minutes left to play first quarter. No wide receivers this time. And the touchdown is scored. Wayman Hamilton gets it into the end zone, and the Cougars have an early 13-0 lead. About the only way, really, you have a chance. Let's watch it again.
Big offensive line, averages about 265, and just muscle to muscle, just basic football. Pick a guy in a different color jersey and knock him back as far as you can. And he gets in. Barely gets in, but he gets in nonetheless.
The holder for the Cougars, Mark Allen, and left-footed kicking Lee Johnson, who is 12 of 14 in extra points, will try for BYU's 14th point. And this one is on target. So with 2 minutes and 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter, this explosive BYU Cougar offensive unit has a 14-0 lead.
Where's the chairman of the board?
Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The chairman of the board is boarding. The vice president is vicing. The president is presidenting.
Yes.
The salesmen are selling.
Thank you.
And the customers are customary.
But where's the specials?
Good exterior house paint with the ease of latex. Glidden spread velvet now $7.77 a gallon.
As a customer, I expect good stuff at the right price.
But as chairman of the boards, I demand it.
I don't get it.
What?
First Nationwide Network.
First means first.
Yeah, the
Nationwide is because they are the first savings association coast to coast.
And network?
Network because they have affiliated savings associations across the country. That's a network.
But what's the network card?
Look, you open a checking or savings account with them.
Yeah.
You're out of town.
On vacation?
Whatever. Just go to any office where you see this sign.
Just one more painting?
No, this sign.
Oh, that sign.
Show them this network card.
Then what?
You can cash a check or do other banking business.
Even in New York?
Even in Miami.
Nobody else has that?
No, just First Nationwide. They're unique. That's why they're called First Nationwide Network. Ah!
If you like to live at First Nationwide Savings,
you gotta lift.
Rich, young, beautiful. Barbara Parkins, Sharon Tate, and Patty Duke, trapped in the Valley of the Dolls.
What kind of a press agent are you?
A short climb to the top ends in a spiral crash.
Really? She's full of sauce. It's not booze, it's pills.
Pills and booze would shatter their lives. A special KTLA premiere. Jacqueline Suzanne's Valley of the Dolls. Monday at 8 here on Channel 5. The score remains the same as we join action later in the first quarter.
Great protection. Pass intercepted. Sanchez. And he's brought down with a flag down in front of him at the 33-yard line of BYU. Sanchez has his second interception of the game. UCLA's third overall, and Young had only been intercepted once the first 3 games.
And now 3 times today by UCLA, and this pass was very poorly thrown. In fact, the snap was bobbled by Steve as he went back. But again, he had a lot of time to throw.
The intended receiver broke to the inside. The pass was thrown to the outside.
Here it is, and he kind of floats it up there. Look at it wobble. Threw it behind him. Very bad pass for the nation's top passer. And here comes Sanchez with his second interception of the game, his second of 83.
Actually, there were 2 flags down on the play. One where Sanchez was tackled, and another about 8 yards toward the BYU goal line.
Well, maybe the Bruins are going to get a break here. They can certainly use one, trailing 14-0. Well, maybe they won't get a break. It's going to be against UCLA.
A 15-yarder back to the Bruin 45. Let's see if we can read lips. The one penalty, illegal motion by the offense, BYU. The other, an illegal block. And as a result, the Bruins have the ball, but at their own 45. Bono. Good pass. Almost a 10-yard gain. Harper Howell, who started the game at tight end, gets the Bruins to within a yard of a first down at the BYU 45.
And little change in the offensive scheme for UCLA. Rather than dropping straight back, Bono rolled to his left while he was spotting his receiver, then stopped and threw. So he was running away from pressure and then completed the pass.
Now both Bergman and Howell are in the game. Howell in motion. Cephas wrapped up by linebacker Leon White, but I think he had the first down at the BYU 44-yard line. Yes, he did. 11:30 to play first half. 14-0 BYU. An average of 80 points has been scored in every BYU game to date. Cephas and Tennell, the running backs. Bono still has it. Bergman. He has about an 8-yard gain to the 36-yard line of BYU. This is the deepest penetration so far for the Bruins.
2 things Bono did here. A little play action fake to freeze the linebacker right there. And then a roll to the left while he spots his receiver. So he's not dropping straight back anymore, and he's mixing it up with the play action and the roll, and then hit Bergman.
Danny Andrews, number 24, checks into the backfield. Second down, 2 for a first down. Brigham Young, 36-yard line. Tremendous penetration by that entire front wall of BYU.
Primary tackler was number 53, Kerry Whittingham, who ironically was heavily recruited by UCLA. Again, his father, Fred, is an assistant coach for the LA Rams here in Los Angeles.
Danny Andrews is held to no gain, so it's 3rd and still 2 for a very important first down for the Bruins. Andrews stays in at tailback, deep in the eye. Howell in motion.
They expect the run. Look at all the guys up front.
Here comes Andrews. And he is very close to a first down at the 33-yard line. He has it. If I note correctly where the official marked the forward progress, where Kerry Whittingham made the tackle, I believe it is a first down.
On 3rd and 2, the Cougars were daring the Bruins to pass. They had all 11 players within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage, and the Bruins still got the 2 yards they needed.
Cephas immediately replaces Andrews. And a first down is recorded by the Bruins at the 33 of BYU. 14-0, Brigham Young leading. 9:53 remaining first half. On first down. This is for Sherrard. Touchdown! Mike Sherrard got behind quarterback John Young. And the Bruins are on the board, and Bono is on target.
And Bono is on cloud nine. Well, his first touchdown pass of the year, and at a good time.
So for the Bruins, John Lee will try to put point number 7 on the board. The point is there. And here at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, Bruin fans have a chance to cheer. 9:43 left to play, first half the score. Brigham Young 14, UCLA 7. We'll be back after this.
Some things speak for themselves. You're invited to a going-away party at your Southern California Chevy dealers. It's the end of the model year, and we're giving these 83 Chevrolets a clearance price send-off. Citations at year-end savings that ring the bell. Full-size pickup deals that rate a cheer. Cavalier deals to make the confetti fly. You're invited, but hurry. Once they're gone, the party's over. See your Southern California Chevy dealer and get what you're driving for.
Be sure to join us on most of these stations next week when the Bruins travel to Stanford University to take on the Cardinals. Stay with us all season long. Metro Sports will bring you the pageantry and excitement of UCLA football. Well, Joe, that changes the complexion of this game.
It certainly does. The 3 interceptions by Young, which are a surprise. Another surprise, and a very good one for UCLA, the fact that Steve Bono is 5 for 5 passing with the touchdown there. That was Mike Sherrard's first touchdown of 83. Came at a good time for Bruin fans.
Ken Potter to kick, McNabb and Smith to accept the kickoff. But this will not be returned. So again, we say, just wonderful place kicking we have seen so far this year.
Seems like the kick run back is becoming obsolete with all the fine kickers in the country. There the Bruins went 54 yards, 6 plays. Bono, 33-yard pass to Sherrard. Outstanding pass, nice reception. One thing I was told before the ball game by some of the UCLA coaches is that the cornerbacks for the Cougars do play rather soft. And they come up and they reduce that cushion with the wide receiver, and they thought they could get beat deep, and that's exactly what happened that time.
Stinnett and Tiamalu, the setbacks, but this is Young. He's throwing for Pendleton, and it's overthrown. Sanchez had him pretty well covered. Kirk Pendleton, a Richfield, Utah senior, the intended receiver. It'll be second down 10.
Got to be careful now with Young. The best pass defense still remains the pass rush. That's the best pass defense there is. Because receiving coverage receivers is very overrated, according to Tom Hansen of UCLA.
This time they split out the tight end, Gordon Hudson. They bring Kozlowski in motion. This is a second and 10. Whoa, what a hit by Don Rogers on Kozlowski. Short of a first down. I don't know how he held on to the football. Number 7 met number 7.
He's coming out of the ball game, might not have much breath left. Wide open on the crossing pattern. Here comes number 7, an All-America candidate, and just cuts him in half.
Gain of 7. Third down 3. BYU 27.
Tell you that
9 minutes, pardon me.
I'm sorry, Ray. That touchdown by UCLA, though, has given the defense new life.
Third and 3. Does he get the first down? Young was close to it. Very close to it. It would appear he just got the nose of the ball across the 30. That was Kenny Page in pursuit.
Well, when he can't pass, he is a very deft runner, 4.6 speed, and he dives for the first down and gets it by about the length of his helmet. Good play by the left-hander Steve Young of BYU.
So with just under 9 minutes to play in the first half, the Cougars retain possession. Young has Kozlowski out to the right. Here comes the pressure. Penalty flag is down as the pass is caught for an 8-yard gain by Mike Edo, the wide receiver. But a flag down on the play.
That's the most pressure we've seen on Young this afternoon. The Bruins were in a stunt that time and almost got a man to the left-handed quarterback.
Illegal motion. Now that's a second motion penalty, illegal motion, against BYU. This will nullify an 8-yard gain.
I just get the feeling now, Ray, that this has become a dogfight at this point in the ball game.
Well, I think it's the fact that UCLA showed they could move the football has just changed the whole complexion of things.
And they stopped Young 3 times with interceptions, something he doesn't normally throw.
1st and 15, the ball now at the Cougar 25-yard line. 2 receivers wide left. Now here comes Kozlowski in motion, trailed by Sanchez. Here's the quarterback draw. And that's a Steve Young first down. You can see there a perfect illustration as to why he leads the Cougars in rushing. An 18-yard quarterback draw. That was a planned play.
Oh, yeah. Look at the splits in the line for one thing. And then the Bruins rush outside. The linebackers stay home wary of the short pass to the flats. And there he goes. 18 yards and a first down.
Herb Welch, who's in at the cornerback position, made the tackle. First down at the Cougar 43.
Bruin defense almost gave him that last play, and he'll take what you give him.
There's a little draw play and good balance by Tiamalu, and there goes 1, 2 flags.
It might be face guarding.
Tiamalu, a plus 200-pounder, very low to the ground.
Draw play there, missed tackle, and there I think is the face guard right there. Yep. That may be the only way to stop him.
5 defensive changes made by the Bruins. Yep, grabbing the face mask. Tiamalu was down at the 49-yard line, so now we'll tack on another 5, and it's another Cougar first down.
Right now, the Bruins have a nickel defense in there. 5 defensive backs, 2 outside linebackers, and 1 inside backer. Only Gene Mewborn, number 81, is the only inside linebacker.
First down and 10. Lavelle Edwards, the head coach of BYU, the last 7 years, his team has led the nation in passing offense. This is a 1st and 10 play coming up. Great protection. And there goes a flag. I think we're going to have a late hit. Young picked up about 4 or 5, and then we're going to have a penalty on top of it, I do believe.
Here, number 64, David Randall, was the guilty party. Young was well on his way down, but here again, time the pass, no one open, so he runs, and Randall misses him there. The tackle made by Delacono, and then Randall jumps on the pile. No need for that, a very foolish foul, and that'll cost him another 15 yards.
And this will very definitely put the Cougars in scoring territory as the penalty is marked from the 42-yard line. We'll go down to the 27-yard line, and with 7.5 minutes left in the first half, the Cougars are definitely on the move. UCLA already picking up 40 yards in penalties. Kozlowski goes out to the left, working against Ron Pitts. Pendleton to the right. Sanchez is playing the left corner. Tiamalou. Boy, he runs with great power. He picked up about 8 yards before he ran into Neil Delacono.
Well, for one thing, he's like a bowling ball. He's only 5'7", and Delacono was really pushed back when he made the hit. But 5'7", 207 pounds, that's tough to stop.
Score 14-7 BYU after leading at one time 14-0. But the Cougars on the move. 2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line of UCLA. There goes Tiamalou again. First down. 5. Touchdown. Oh, that's Wayman Hamilton. Wayman Hamilton.
Looked like the Bruins got caught in a stunt here. Randall is pushed to the outside, and here comes the draw play. Hamilton with all kinds of room, cuts outside, and he is untouched on that play. I don't believe a Bruin got a finger on him.
So, place kicker Lee Johnson gets an opportunity to perform his specialty as Wayman Hamilton accepts congratulations. Hamilton is a senior from Calipatria, California. Whew, what a strong leg. Point number 21 for the BYU Cougars. 6:43 still left to play in the first half. Brigham Young, 21, UCLA 7. Back after this.
Where'd you get this price? That's not the weekend rate you promised me.
Of course it is, sir.
No way.
Would I lie?
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm positive, sir.
Only National guarantees weekend rates. Just $19.95 a day or less for any car up to this Olds Cutlass, guaranteed. And if we don't deliver, you'll get $50 off your next rental. We give you national attention, and that's the truth.
Where's the chairman of the board?
Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The chairman of the board is boarding. The vice president is vicing. The president is presidenting.
Yes.
The salesmen are selling.
Thank you.
And the customers are customering.
But where's the specials?
Heavy-duty bronze finish frame, gold finish grill. The Academy Riverside screen door now $39.77.
As a customer, I expect good stuff at the right price.
But as chairman of the boards, I demand it.
Lee Johnson to kick off to the Bruins, whose deep men are Danny Andrews and Carl Durrell. 6:43 to play first half. The explosive Cougars of BYU lost their opener to Baylor, then came back with back-to-back victories last week over the Air Force Academy. And the Bruins hungry for that elusive first victory. This is going to be returned. This is Howell, the tight end, out across the 30-yard line. I think Johnson just plain missed that one. So relatively good field position here for the Bruin offense. Instead of having it at the 20, which they've had it after every kickoff so far, they have it at their own 32.
And no coach could do without his blackboard. Even on the field, they're drawing plays.
Cephas the tailback, Tennell the fullback. Fake was to Cephas. At the 39-yard line, Howell gets the reception for 7 yards.
A marvelous job of faking by Bono on this play. The play action faked, and he had the Cougars frozen, and that gave him time to find his receiver. But look at the difference in the yardage already. 205 for the Cougars and less than 90 for UCLA.
Bergman replaces Howell at tight end on 2nd down 3. Looks like a first down. Yep, Frank Cephas is close enough to call for a measurement, at least at the 43-yard line. A very concerned Terry Donahue looking on with 5:56 to play in the first half. Steve Bono, the Norristown, Pennsylvania junior, looking on the measurement. And first down. The opposition has averaged 32 points a game against this BYU defense, so you have every reason to believe that the Bruins can also put points on the board. Bono's been throwing a lot on first down. Beautiful pass at the 45-yard line. He catches Mike Young on a good pattern and a beautiful toss, Joe.
Certainly was. Again, the quick release of Bono. Little play action fake right there. And again, the roll. Avoiding the pressure, quick release. And he's got Young, who makes an acrobatic catch. Mike is an outfielder on the baseball team here, so he's used to catching fly balls.
First down at the BYU 45-yard line. Fake was to the... There's another pass. This one is complete again to Mike Young, who's done a good job of finding openings in that secondary.
He has, and credit Bono with hitting his receivers. He's now 8 of 8. Again, the play action fake gives him plenty of time, and that quick dart-like release. And Bono 8 for 8 this afternoon so far.
Pickup of 9 on that play to the 35.5-yard line of BYU. And the clock running.
Just the way Steve breaks the huddle now, you see a new confidence in the young fella.
I think enough was picked up for the first down by Danny Andrews, who had just checked in to replace Frank Cephas. Incidentally, the reason you have not seen Kevin Nelson today, he has come up with what is known as turf toe. It's a very painful injury that has been sustained by so many players on artificial turf. First down, 33-yard line of BYU. Will he throw on first down again? Apparently. Whoop! Boy, they were coming with Shell, their fine linebacker, Todd Shell, and Leon White. So there was a blitz. They knew he was, or thought he was going to throw on first down.
Missed block by a back in the backfield, and Bono gets shelled by Todd Shell, who celebrates a la Mark Gastineau.
Second and 18 now after that sack. The ball at the BYU 41-yard line. Bono, good speed. And he has a first down at the 19-yard line. Joe, we have 2 running quarterbacks in this game.
Yes, we do, and this is something that Bono likes to do. When he gets in trouble, he just cuts across the grain. And look at the job he does here. He only gets a couple of blocks in the backfield, but they're kind of screen blocks to allow him to run if he can. And they're a necktie tackle by number 5, Kyle Morrell.
But a big first down on a 2nd and 18 play just inside the BYU 20-yard line. Cephas wrapped up by that big defensive tackle, Brandon Flint, out of Layton, Utah, number 99. But Cephas gets about 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down 7. When I say that Brandon Flint is big, he is listed at 248 and 6'4", but I'd like to have a couple of dollars for every pound over 248.
I think he's 248 above the waist.
2nd down, pick up a 2, 2nd and 8. 17-yard line of Brigham Young. Down to the 22 or the 12-yard line comes Danny Andrews as he pierces that front wall with 3 minutes left in the first half. 21-7, Brigham Young leading. Terry getting somebody ready. Maybe he's saying, in case we have to kick it, maybe he's getting that kicking unit ready. Here's a mighty big play, 3rd and 3, 12.5-yard line of Brigham Young. Mike Young to the right. Sherrard, who caught the touchdown pass from Bono, to the left. Sherrard being played very tight by the cornerback. 1st and goal to go, and Danny Andrews, with good blocking from Tennell, gets it down to the 6-yard line.
Curiously enough, the man who missed the tackle that time was 47, weak side linebacker Todd Shell. We have an injured Cougar on the field, so there'll be a timeout for a moment. But good cross-bucking blocking by that Bruin offensive line, and Danny quick enough to get through it.
So we have an injured. We believe that it's Marv Allen, their left linebacker, perhaps. At any rate, we'll check on it. We're going to remind you that the score is 21-7 BYU, and we'll be back right after this.
7-Eleven's Pepsi Big Gulp Peel and Win game could be your ticket to the Super Bowl. It could take you and a friend to the Daytona 500, deep sea fishing in Mexico, or go almost anywhere in the world. For any sport you choose, to participate or spectate, entertains, and a chance at $500,000 instant prizes at participating 7-Elevens. Any Big Gulp can win, so you just might pull it off.
The four-wheel drive decathlon. 10 reasons Toyota is the best-selling import 4x4 in America. This Toyota takes on hills, trails, streams, and mud holes. It clears rocks. It takes on deserts and beaches. It's built to work and play.
This Toyota's a champion at doing it right.
Larry Hamilton, the nose tackle out of Oxnard, California, was injured, replaced by Brad Smith at nose tackle. Only about a yard for Andrews before he's hit back at the 5-yard line, where it will be 2nd and goal. He picked up 1.5 yards or 2 yards. Clock running. There'll be less than 2 minutes to play in the first half when the next snap is made. Well, we have a play being sent in from the sidelines now. Let's see what the message is. Frank Cephas brought in the message. He'll be the tailback. 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends. Bolin is also in there. Bolin, Bergman, and Howell. Howell in motion. 2nd and goal. There goes Bono. Can he get to the corner? Touchdown! Oh, there was a great call. A great call.
That's what you call a naked reverse. In other words, he just sent everybody to the left, and he took off to the right. Once he was sure he had the defense leaning the wrong way. Here it is. Watch everybody in the blue go left. And Bono, once he sees the defense leaning left, goes right. Very simple play. And he has the speed to get to the flag. Touchdown, Bruin.
He was able to beat the linebacker White and the cornerback Greg Peterson to the end zone. So it's 21-13. One thing for sure, these two teams are doing what the Cougars and their first 3 opponents did. Put points on the board. Lee is on target. The score changes. Brigham Young University 21. UCLA Bruins 14. Steve Bono still is perfect in his passing, isn't he, Joe?
8 for 8.
8 for 8.
8 for 8.
And a couple of very big runs. In particular, I'm thinking of in this drive, the 2nd and 18 run where he escaped.
Went 21 yards for the first down. Here, a naked reverse. It's called naked because he has no blockers. He just outruns the defense once he has them faked out. So he's gaining confidence with every play. That's good to see for UCLA fans and Terry Donahue, because right now they're really trying to stabilize that quarterback position.
Ken Potter will kick. McNabb and Smith. That's Kelly Smith and Bill McNabb. 1:28 to play first half. And after all of the rain that has been present here in Southern California the last day or so, how nice it is to see the blue sky.
It almost looks like a January 1st day with the clouds over the mountains over there and the blue skies, cool temperatures.
Fans getting in position for the halftime presentation. Here's Potter's kick. There'll be no return. Over the end line. So Let's see what the BYU strategy calls for here. Of all the years that I've seen the Lavelle Edwards teams play, I have very seldom seen anything even approaching caution. It's bombs away from any place on the field. They're as likely to throw from their own one as they are from the opposition one.
They have all the weapons, no doubt about it.
Edo will be out to the left, Pendleton to the right. From the Cougar 20. Young looking. There's a first down pass out to the 32-yard line. We must keep in mind that both teams have their full complement of timeouts remaining. That was Edo who caught the pass. Now here's their hurry-up offense. A gain of 12 and a first down. No huddle. Young just shouting out his play selection to his wide receivers. Quick count, flag down. Pass complete out to the 37-yard line, but a flag was thrown as the snap was made, and the clock shows 1:10 left to play first half.
I believe it'll be a motion penalty on their slot back, who left before the snap of the ball.
And says referee Guy Gibbs. Joe Butita, he said, you're right.
Thank you, Guy.
Illegal motion. The Bruins have an opportunity of accepting a 2nd and 5 or a 1st and 15, and they'll take the penalty with 1:10 to play in the half. BYU still, boy, that's some kind of passing. 8 for 8 and 9 for 14, although Young has been intercepted 3 times. Tiamalu. Oh, did Rogers put a shoulder into Tiamalu at the 33-yard line?
I think the Bruin defense is getting tired of getting picked on. That's why you're going to see more and more of the hard hitting. Another reason is they're going to try and strip the ball of the receivers because they'll catch it more than not. Screen pass set up to the right, and take a look on the pulling tackle now. Number 57, Bob and I. Good block, and then Tiamalu is just ripped.
Gain 6 yards. Now BYU has taken one of the 3 allotted timeouts. UCLA will be back home to the Rose Bowl 3 weeks from today to face the always entertaining California Golden Bears, coached by Joe Kapp. Now tickets for this important Pac-10 conference game are available at Ticketmaster, Ticketron, Mutual Ticket Agencies, the Pasadena Civic Auditorium, and the UCLA Central Ticket Office. Here's the number to call for any details concerning those tickets. Call UCLA 101. Harry Donahue. Remember, as a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, Terry has never tasted defeat on this playing field.
Bruins have 4 different defensive schemes they're using today against Steve Young and the Cougars. They're trying to just mix it up and try different things. Nickel defense, a dime defense, 1 inside backer, no backers at all, and just trying to show him a different front each time he looks at the defense.
This is 2nd and 9. 4-man rush. Look at that protection. Wayman Hamilton gets across midfield before being caught from behind by Gene Mewburn.
Great protection, and we have to give a lot of credit to the offensive line of BYU, and I gotta think it's a little bit embarrassing for the Bruins. Of course, they're dropping more men than they're rushing. In other words, the Cougars have more men to block than the Bruins are sending at Young. So that's why he's having so much time, but he still completes the pass.
Incidentally, I gave Mewburn credit for that tackle. It was a first down. BYU has taken timeout number 2. Lavelle Edwards has really turned the football fortunes of BYU around with one of the most entertaining offenses I've ever seen in college football, Joe.
And I think next week we'll see another team that passes in Stanford. At Stanford, what a place to play football.
When play resumes, 42 seconds will remain in the first half. The Cougars are leading 21-14. BYU led 7-0, 14-0, 14-7, 21-7, but now 21-14.
You know, Ray, we really can't malign the defensive line of UCLA that much because the Bruins are dropping 6, 7, sometimes 8 men, rushing with only 3. And when you have 5 offenders to block 3 defenders, why, it does give your quarterback a lot of time. That's one reason he can just stand back there and pick out which receiver he wants to throw to.
Doug Donatelli is in the game defensively, a linebacker. There's a flag down.
It's going to be again on BYU.
Stinnett was the receiver coming out of the backfield, number 43. 2 flags down, in fact, with the clock now showing 37 seconds left to play in the half.
It was either the tight end or the left tackle that jumped the gun, and again, motion. That's a 3rd or 4th motion penalty.
Third or 4th? Third motion penalty. So forget the gain, and a few seconds go off the clock.
Can't see from that perspective, but it was Gordon Hudson, their tight end, who jumped on the left side.
The ball comes back to the 47-yard line of BYU, where it will be 1st and 15. Pendleton will go out to the left, as will Kozlowski.
We've got 6 defensive backs in now.
Steve Young still has the ball after faking the reverse. Now he's being chased a bit. Woo! What a hit again by Donnie Rogers on Tiamalu. Oh, we are seeing some fierce hitting by Don Rogers.
Well, in the open field, that's going to happen, but watch how well they set up this play. Doug West stumbles just before making contact. He has one man frozen. He just lofts it out there and lets Tiamalu do the rest. And he does get racked pretty good, but he's used to that.
It's a first down. 33-yard line of UCLA with 23 seconds left in the half. They've moved all the way from their 20. Bit of pressure. As a result, the pass is good for only 3 yards to Stinnett. Now with 8 seconds left, BYU has taken its final timeout. Let's do a little checking here. I believe that the only field goal that Lee Johnson has tried from this kind of distance, he missed.
Yeah, he's 2 for 3 on the year. He has a career long of 56 yards, so this would be a chip shot if they decide to kick it, but he hasn't kicked too many times this year.
He missed his only one over 50 yards. He hit one in the 40 to 49-yard range, but an attempt here would be at about 47. Well, he's going to try it, apparently. Number 10, Lee Johnson, will be trying about a 47-yarder, unless it's a fake, of course. 8 seconds left in the half. Cougars leading by 21-14. The holder is Mark Allen, a defensive back. I don't know whether he can throw a football or not.
I don't think you can go to BYU unless you can throw.
Oh, UCLA decide, let's let him think about it a little bit. I've always sort of compared a situation like this with that free throw shooter in basketball that's ready to try a big, important free throw. There you can see what Terry Donahue thinks about Steve Young. And that rival coach calls the timeout just as the free throw shooter walks up to the foul line and said, let's have you think about it for a little while.
What a very entertaining first half of football, though.
Oh, yes. You know, it was my pleasure here a couple of years back to televise the Brigham Young's almost miraculous 46-45 win over SMU in the postseason bowl game, where the ball was in the air at the gun. Jim McMahon was the quarterback, and they were down, I think something like 21 points with about 8 minutes to play. One of the most exciting football games I've ever seen.
If you've got that great passing attack, you can catch up in a hurry.
So here we go. A 47-yard field goal attempt. 8 seconds left in the half. Mark Allen, the holder. Oh, he has a distance. It's good. So BYU, with many, many weapons, shows us another one. Place kicker Lee Johnson. My goodness, that might have been good from 60 yards.
Plenty of leg in it.
Oh,
against the wind, too, Ray.
5 seconds left in the half. The scoreboard changes to Brigham Young University 24, UCLA 14. One thing for sure, with Steve Bono performing so very well at quarterback and the great talents of this BYU quarterback, Steve Young, and his cast of receivers and runners, the second half promises to be truly exciting, and the ball has been on the move. Let's see whether... Now, the last time Johnson kicked, his kick was very short, and tight end Harper Howell ran it out to the 32-yard line. Andrews and Durrell are back deep. Please keep in mind as well that BYU will get the football at the start of the second half. Well, this is Bolin, the reserve tight end, to the 32-yard line, and the clock says we've reached the end of a most entertaining first half from the Rose Bowl. With the score, BYU 24, UCLA 14. We'll be back after this.
Where's the chairman of the board?
Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The chairman of the board is boarding.
Remember.
Vice president is vicing. The president is presidenting.
Yes.
The salesmen are selling.
Thank you.
And the customers are customering.
But where's the specials?
Heavy-duty bronze finish frame, gold finish grill. The Academy Riverside screen door, now $39.77.
As a customer, I expect good stuff at the right price.
But as chairman of the boards, I demand it.
The German engineers who built the Volkswagen Scirocco were obsessed with aerodynamics and passionate about precision. They also look forward to a pleasant Sunday drive.
Ausgezeichnet.
Ausgezeichnet. Scirocco with new high-performance engine and leather interior now available at clearance prices.
At the age of 14, I discovered the secret. Pick the one thing you do best and work at it. So while every other kid was trying to be the next Iceman, I would hit the boys. Because I figure if you ain't got the ball, you can't shoot the ball.
An Olympic hopeful.
I always think I'm past it, that it can't hurt me anymore. And then without warning, it all comes rushing back.
Suddenly, her life was changed.
It means her neck's broken.
Her dream was shattered.
I'm never gonna walk.
Until someone special brought hope. Beau Bridges stars in the true story of Jill Kinmont's courageous struggle. The Other Side of the Mountain, Tuesday at 8, here on Channel 5.
We now take pleasure in presenting an interesting and informative feature on the University of California, Los Angeles.
UCLA was one of the first universities in the nation to recognize the special needs of disabled students like Martin Carrillo, who was paralyzed in an accident. Martin chooses to regard his disability as a challenge and doesn't intend to let it prevent him from becoming an aerospace engineer.
I understand that, but how would you go about finding out the velocity, the average velocity then?
For me, being a grad student with great difficulty. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this...
¿Cómo está? Ready to work out?
Yeah, sure.
Before his disabling accident, Martin was physically very active and continues to remain so. Bodybuilding and regular exercise give him the extra strength and stamina he needs to pursue his educational goals and take part in extracurricular activities. UCLA provides total campus accessibility along with a full range of comprehensive services for the blind, deaf, or people like Martin Carrillo, who must try harder to accomplish things most of us take for granted.
I still swim. I still play tennis. I recreate, and I go out when I want to, and I have just as many friends as before. I don't feel any inferiority complexes, and it's basically been a new adjustment, challenging, and in some ways rewarding.
The second half of today's game is brought to you by Michelob. Some things speak for themselves. By International Harvester. In the field and over the road, IH is on track and moving ahead. By National Lumber. Shorty and Cheap Chicken, who feel the store with the good stuff at the right price is the store you'll feel more at home with. That's National Lumber.
The score remains the same as we join action later in the third quarter.
Will be 4th down and 12. UCLA's Lupe Sanchez has had only 3 opportunities to return punts so far in this young season. And he's averaged only a bit over 7 yards per return. Now the Bruins are dropping back 3 men to protect him. Oh, look at the height on that punt. Fair catch, 15-yard line. So there is the perfect punt in that there wasn't even a chance at returning it. A 38-yarder, no return. So the Bruins have to start from their own 15. Now keep in mind, quarterback Steve Bono, in his first start, has hit on every pass.
He's 8 for 8. He ran for a touchdown. He's directed the offense well after the first 2 series of the ball game when he showed a little bit of nerves, but that's to be expected. I think he's full of confidence right now.
Cephas deep in the I formation. The fake was to Cephas. Incomplete. Howell could quite hold on. Defending was Blake Jensen, the strong safety. Normally the strong safety has the responsibility of, in most defenses, of covering the tight end.
And Jensen did a fine job that time. The pass was not that bad from Bono, but the screening technique used by Jensen just blocked out the view of Harper Howell for a split second, and he couldn't hang on to the ball.
Bergman replaces Howell at tight end. 2nd and 10 from the Bruin 15. 12:44 to play, third quarter. 24-14, Brigham Young. Fine catch at the 25-yard line, close to a first down. Mike Young's having a good day.
Here's Bono rolling to the right again. That's a technique used to avoid the pressure and open up that lane over there. Mike with a nice catch, and they give him forward progress just beyond the stripe, and that might be enough for the first down. It is.
It is. It's the Bruin 25. Now Mike Young comes out to the left. John Young, the defensive back, covering him, giving him a lot of room. Boy, they're playing soft at the corners. Bono. Another first down. Mike Sherrard, who caught a touchdown pass from Bono, is out beyond the 40.
17 yards on this play to Sherrard, averaging 6 receptions a game. Talented man with big hands and can run well. Bono, a little misdirection here, looks back, throws across the grain. And I really like his throwing technique. Throws from right over the top, and like he's throwing darts, and that ball hasn't wobbled all day long. He's now 9 for 10 passing.
Consecutive first downs, 2 of them by the Bruins. From their own 42, another fake. Very smart. He just plain threw that one away. rather than risk any interception, and a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
And across the way, which is away from the way the play was designed to go.
Holding against UCLA. So either 1st and long or 2nd and 10, depending on what the Cougars decide. They want the penalty. That's the signal from linebacker Todd Shell, the senior out of Mesa, Arizona, who is one of the defensive captains. Referee Guy Gibbs giving the signal and the explanation. 1st and 20 at the Bruin 32. Still very early in the 3rd quarter. Bono. Good running. Good running by Danny Andrews. He gets back about 10 yards of the needed distance for a 1st down, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Little scat back technique here used by Danny Andrews. Straight drop, 3 or 4 yards. Quick pass. Danny, I think, is secondary receiver. Bono was looking to his left for something else. Spotted Danny, and he got 10 yards.
At the UCLA 42, 2nd down 10. He has his receiver one-on-one. Oh, off target to Mike Sherrard, and it'll be 3rd and 10. He got what he wanted, one-on-one coverage, but just off target. Next week, Stanford at Palo Alto. Right now, it is 3rd and 10 at the Bruin 42-yard line on UCLA's first possession of the 2nd half, trailing the Cougars of Lavelle Edwards' BYU team by 10. First down, Harper Howell. Down went one of the officials, but Howell has a 1st down at the 44-yard line of BYU, and Howell leaves limping just a bit.
The Cougars dropped 6 men this time. Good protection by the offensive line, because that left 5 to rush, and he found his receiver outside. He beat Kyle Morrell, and it's a 1st down on 3rd down and 10. That's got to be one of the biggest plays for the Bruins of the ball game so far.
Mike Young is out to the wide side, the left, one-on-one against the cornerback. Little draw, and very short yardage for Danny Andrews. Oh, beg your pardon, Derek Tennell. About a little more than a yard gain. It'll be 2nd down 9.
Bruin coaches like Tennell a lot. He's 6'4", 230 pounds. He is the fullback of the future. He's only a freshman, but he's a good blocker, has good speed. But most importantly, he does block well.
Sherrard now comes out to the left. Danny Andrews is now the tailback. He's lined up to the left of Tennell. This is 2nd and 9 for Sherrard, and he overthrew it. But Bono was under some pressure that time. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Bono threw that ball as he was stepping backwards. That shows you the strength in that right arm of the 6'4" quarterback, who also is a catcher on the Bruin baseball team. In fact, that's where he hurt his arm, and he has a sore shoulder that he must treat with ice after every game.
Now Cephas comes in at tailback. Bergman is in at tight end. 3rd and 9 at the BYU 43. Ball was tipped. It'll be 4th down.
Only 3 rushers that time for the Cougars, so that means they dropped 8 men. And on 3rd down and 9, that's a pretty smart defensive ploy. There's the receiver right over the middle, but he was way short of the 1st down, and that brings up a punting situation for UCLA.
So Bono will be standing at the 50. Let's see if he tries to hang it high, or he's going to throw a pass. Durrell, 1st down. Carl Durrell at the 23-yard line.
Play good for 20 yards, and that's the advantage of having your quarterback also punt. I don't think the Cougars were prepared for that at all, because they're rushing, and then they drop back to set up a return. So the play was wide open. Durrell with the pass. Good run down the sideline. First down for the Bruins.
At the 23-yard line of BYU, and that brings the crowd alive here at the Rose Bowl.
Nothing like the element of surprise.
Oh, yes. 10-11 left to play, third quarter. Big hole, Cephas. 10, 8-yard line. John Young, the cornerback, saved the touchdown.
Here it is. Just a straight handoff to the tailback deep in the backfield. Lets him pick his own hole, but there was quite a lane on the left side. Then he takes a step to the outside, gets all the way down to the 8-yard line.
So the Bruins down by 10 of a first and goal at the BYU 8-yard line. Cephas and Tennell. Powell in motion. Cephas. Touchdown! Cephas has his second touchdown. He had scored last week against Nebraska, and we have a Bruin down.
Looks like the center, Dave Barron, number 71, Ray.
Yes, Dave Barron.
And he's angry. This is not the time to get hurt. Here it is, power football all the way. Watch Duval Love, number 67. The left tackle just opened the hole along with number 72, Scott Gordon. And Cephas just not to be denied. John Young, number 30, hanging on his back. He drags him 3 yards into the end zone. And here comes Terry Donahue to check on his fallen player.
Time left to play in the third quarter as we all take a look at the injured Bruin. But Dave Barham, the junior out of Newfield, New Jersey, is able to leave the field under his own power. John Lee will apparently, after passing out of punt formation, I'm not going to say that they are going to kick ever.
Well, Rick Neuheisel is the holder, and he is a quarterback, and he can throw well. He's a good passer. So we'll see.
24-20 the score. BYU with a 4-point lead. The lead is down to 3. So the scoreboard at the Rose Bowl changes. BYU 24, UCLA 21. We'll be back after this.
Where's the chairman of the board?
Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The chairman of the board is boarding. Vice president is vicing. The president is presidenting.
Yes.
The salesmen are selling.
Thank you.
And the customers are customering.
But where's the specials?
Heavy-duty bronze finish frame, gold finish grill. The Academy Riverside screen door, now $39.77.
As a customer, I expect good stuff at the right price.
But as chairman of the boards, I demand it.
Chevy Tough is taking charge with a big USA 1 truck sell-a-thon. We're out to sell 75,000 trucks by October 1st, with 200,000 trucks from coast to coast. This is dealing time, and year-end allowances on 83s can mean great clearance prices. Get specially equipped full-size pickups with automatic transmission or air conditioning at no extra cost, and specially equipped S10 pickups and maxi cabs with V6 engine at no extra cost. USA 1 sell-a-thon at your Chevy dealers now.
A minute of your time. Can anyone name a copier manufacturer that's bigger than Ricoh?
Xerox.
Ricoh's bigger.
IBM.
Ricoh's bigger. And we got to be bigger than Xerox by making precision-engineered copiers like this Ricoh 4060.
I'm beginning to see the light.
Now, are you still overlooking Ricoh and the Ricoh 4060?
Check the yellow pages or call 714-863-0550.
Aunt Mary was a very special kind of woman.
You want her to coach you, huh? That's crazy.
But how could I be a baseball player with this?
You could do anything you want to do if you want to hard enough.
Suddenly, everything changed.
My coaching days are over, Nicholas.
The award-winning true story of a woman's courageous struggle. Jean Stapleton is Aunt Mary. Sunday at 6, here on Channel 5. The score remains the same as we join action later in the third quarter.
32-yard line, and the clock says we've reached the end of a most entertaining first half from the Rose Bowl. With the score, BYU 24, UCLA 14. We'll be back after this.
Where's the chairman of the board?
Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The chairman of the board is boarding. The vice president is vicing. The president is presidenting.
Yes.
The salesmen are selling.
Thank you.
And the customers are customering.
But where's the specials?
Heavy-duty bronze finish frame, gold finish grill. The Academy Riverside screen door now $39.77.
As a customer, I expect good stuff at the right price.
But as chairman of the boards, I demand it.
The German engineers who built the Volkswagen Scirocco were obsessed with aerodynamics and passionate about precision. They also look forward to a pleasant Sunday drive.
Ausgezeichnet.
Ausgezeichnet. Scirocco with new high-performance engine and leather interior now available at clearance prices.
At the age of 14, I discovered the secret. Pick the one thing you do best and work at it. So while every other kid was trying to be the next Iceman, I would hit the boys. Because I figure that you ain't got the ball, you can't shoot the ball.
An Olympic hopeful.
I always think I'm past it, that it can't hurt me anymore. And then without warning, it all comes rushing back.
Suddenly, her life was changed.
It means her neck's broken.
Her dream was shattered.
I'm never gonna walk.
Until someone special brought hope. Beau Bridges stars in the true story of Jill Kinmont's courageous struggle. The Other Side of the Mountain, Tuesday at 8, here on Channel 5.
We now take pleasure in presenting an interesting and informative feature on the University of California, Los Angeles.
UCLA was one of the first universities in the nation to recognize the special needs of disabled students like Martin Carrillo, who was paralyzed in an accident. Martin chooses to regard his disability as a challenge and doesn't intend to let it prevent him from becoming an aerospace engineer.
I understand that, but how would you go about finding out the velocity, the average velocity then?
For me, being a grad student with great difficulty. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this...
Martino, baby, ¿cómo está? Ready to work out? Yeah, sure.
Before his disabling accident, Martin was physically very active and continues to remain so. Bodybuilding and regular exercise give him the extra strength and stamina he needs to pursue his educational goals and take part in extracurricular activities. UCLA provides total campus accessibility along with a full range of comprehensive services for the blind, deaf, or people like Martin Carrillo, who must try harder to accomplish things most of us take for granted.
I still swim. I still play tennis. I recreate and I go out when I want to, and I have just as many friends as before. I don't feel any inferiority complexes, and it's basically been a new adjustment, challenging, and in some ways rewarding.
The second half of today's game is brought to you by Michelob. Some things speak for themselves. By International Harvester. In the field and over the road, IH is on track and moving ahead. by National Lumber, Shorty, and Cheap Chicken, who feel the store with the good stuff at the right price is the store you'll feel more at home with. That's National Lumber.
The score remains the same as we join action later in the third quarter.
It will be 4th down and 12. UCLA's Lupe Sanchez has had only 3 opportunities to return punts so far in this young season. And he's averaged only a bit over 7 yards per return. Now the Bruins are dropping back 3 men to protect him. Boy, look at the height on that punt. Fair catch, 15-yard line. So there is the perfect punt in that there wasn't even a chance at returning it. A 38-yarder, no return. So the Bruins have to start from their own 15. Now keep in mind, quarterback Steve Bono, in his first start, has hit on every pass.
He's 8 for 8. He ran for a touchdown. He's directed the offense well after the first 2 series of the ball game when he showed a little bit of nerves, but that's to be expected. I think he's full of confidence right now.
Cephas deep in the I formation. The fake was to Cephas. Incomplete. Howell could quite hold on. Defending was Blake Jensen, the strong safety. Normally the strong safety has the responsibility of, in most defenses, of covering the tight end.
And Jensen did a fine job that time. The pass was not that bad from Bono, but the screening technique used by Jensen just blocked out the view of Harper Howell for a split second, and he couldn't hang on to the ball.
Bergman replaces Howell at tight end. 2nd and 10 from the Bruin 15. 12:44 to play, third quarter. 24-14, Brigham Young. Fine catch at the 25-yard line, close to a first down. Mike Young's having a good day.
There's Bono rolling to the right again. That's a technique used to avoid the pressure and open up that lane over there. Mike with a nice catch, and they give him forward progress just beyond the stripe, and that might be enough for the first down. It is.
It is. It's the Bruin 25. Now Mike Young comes out to the left. John Young, the defensive back, covering him, giving him a lot of room. Oh, they're playing soft at the corners. Bono. Another first down. Mike Sherrard, who caught a touchdown pass from Bono, is out beyond the 40.
17 yards on this play to Sherrard, averaging 6 receptions a game. Talented man with big hands and can run well. Bono, a little misdirection here, looks back, throws across the grain. And I really like his throwing technique. Throws from right over the top, and like he's throwing darts, and that ball hasn't wobbled all day long. He's now 9 for 10 passing.
Consecutive first downs, 2 of them by the Bruins. From their own 42, another fake. Very smart. He just plain threw that one away. Rather than risk any interception, and a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
And across the way, which is away from the way the play was designed to go.
Holding against UCLA. So either 1st and long or 2nd and 10, depending on what the Cougars decide. They want the penalty. That's the signal from linebacker Todd Shell, the senior out of Mesa, Arizona, who is one of the defensive captains. Referee Guy Gibbs giving the signal and the explanation. 1st and 20 at the Bruin 32. Still very early in the third quarter. Bono. Good running. Good running by by Danny Andrews. He gets back about 10 yards of the needed distance for a first down, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Little scat back technique here used by Danny Andrews. Straight drop, 3 or 4 yards. Quick pass. Danny, I think, is secondary receiver. Bono was looking to his left for something else. Spotted Danny, and he got 10 yards.
At the UCLA 42, 2nd down 10. He has his receiver one-on-one. Off target to Mike Sherrard, and it'll be 3rd and 10. He got what he wanted, one-on-one coverage, but just off target. Next week, Stanford at Palo Alto. Right now, it is 3rd and 10 at the Bruin 42-yard line on UCLA's first possession of the second half, trailing the Cougars of Lavelle Edwards' BYU team by 10. First down, Harper Howell. Down went one of the officials, but Howell has a first down at the 44-yard line of BYU, and Howell leaves limping just a bit.
The Cougars dropped 6 men this time. Good protection by the offensive line, because that left 5 to rush, and he found his receiver outside. He beat Kyle Morrell, and it's a first down on 3rd down and 10. That's got to be one of the biggest plays for the Bruins of the ball game so far.
Mike Young is out to the wide side, the left, one-on-one against the cornerback. Little draw, and very short yardage for Danny Andrews. Oh, beg your pardon, Derek Tennell. How about a little more than a yard gain? It'll be 2nd down 9.
Bruin coaches like Tennell a lot. He's 6'4", 230 pounds. He is the fullback of the future. He's only a freshman, but he's a good blocker, has good speed. But most importantly, he does block well.
Sherrard now comes out to the left. Danny Andrews is now the tailback. He's lined up to the left of Tennell. This is 2nd and 9 for Sherrard, and he overthrew it. But Bono was under some pressure that time. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Bono threw that ball as he was stepping backwards. That shows you the strength in that right arm of the 6'4" quarterback, who also is a catcher on the Bruin baseball team. In fact, that's where he hurt his arm, and he has a sore shoulder that he must treat with ice after every game.
Now Cephas comes in at tailback. Bergman is in at tight end. 3rd and 9 at the BYU 43. Ball was tipped. It'll be 4th down.
Only 3 rushers that time for the Cougars, so that means they dropped 8 men. And on 3rd down and 9, that's a pretty smart defensive ploy. There's the receiver right over the middle, but he was way short of the first down, and that brings up a punting situation for UCLA.
So Bono will be standing at the 50. Let's see if he tries to hang it high, or he's going to throw a pass. Durrell, first down. Carl Durrell at the 23-yard line.
Play good for 20 yards, and that's the advantage of having your quarterback also punt. I don't think the Cougars were prepared for that at all, because they're rushing, and then they drop back to set up a return. So the play was wide open. Durrell with the pass. Good run down the sideline. First down for the Bruins.
At the 23-yard line of BYU, and that brings the crowd alive here at the Rose Bowl.
Nothing like the element of surprise.
Oh, yes. 10-11 left to play, 3rd quarter. Big hole, Cephas. 10, 8-yard line. John Young, the cornerback, saved the touchdown.
Here it is. Just a straight handoff to the tailback deep in the backfield. Lets him pick his own hole, but there was quite a lane on the left side. Then he takes a step to the outside, gets all the way down to the 8-yard line.
So the Bruins down by 10 of a first and goal at the BYU 8-yard line. Cephas and Tennell. Powell in motion. Cephas. Touchdown! Cephas has his second touchdown. He had scored last week against Nebraska, and we have a Bruin down.
Looks like the center, Dave Barron, number 71, Ray.
Yes, Dave Barron.
And he's angry. This is not the time to get hurt. Here it is, power football all the way. Watch Duval Love, number 67. The left tackle just opened the hole along with number 72, Scott Gordon. And Cephas just not to be denied. John Young, number 30, hanging on his back. He drags him 3 yards into the end zone. And here comes Terry Donahue to check on his fallen player.
Time left to play in the third quarter as we all take a look at the injured Bruin. But Dave Barron, the junior out of Newfield, New Jersey, is able to leave the field under his own power. John Lee will apparently, after passing out a punt formation, I'm not going to say that they are going to kick ever.
Well, Rick Neuheisel is the holder, and he is a quarterback, and he can throw well. He's a good passer, so we'll see.
24-20 the score. BYU with a 4-point lead. The lead is down to 3. So the scoreboard at the Rose Bowl changes. BYU 24, UCLA 21. We'll be back after this.
Where's the chairman of the board?
Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The chairman of the board is boarding. The vice president is vicing. The president is presidenting.
Yes.
The salesmen are selling.
Thank you.
And the customers are customary.
But where's the specials?
Heavy-duty bronze finish frame, gold finish grill. The Academy Riverside screen door now $39.77.
As a customer, I expect good stuff at the right price.
But as chairman of the boards, I demand it.
Chevy Tough is taking charge with a big USA 1 truck sell-a-thon. We're out to sell 75,000 trucks by October 1st, with 200,000 trucks from coast to coast. This is dealin' time, and year-end allowances on 83s can mean great clearance prices. Get specially equipped full-size pickups with automatic transmission or air conditioning at no extra cost, and specially equipped S10 pickups and maxi cabs with V6 engine at no extra cost. USA 1 sell-a-thon at your Chevy dealers now.
A minute of your time. Can anyone name a copier manufacturer that's bigger than Ricoh?
Xerox.
Ricoh's bigger.
IBM.
Ricoh's bigger. And we got to be bigger than Xerox by making precision-engineered copiers like this Ricoh 4060.
I'm beginning to see the light.
Now, are you still overlooking Ricoh and the Ricoh 4060?
Check the yellow pages or call 714-863-0550.
Aunt Mary was a very special kind of woman.
You want her to coach you, huh? That's crazy.
But how could I be a baseball player with this?
You could do anything you want to do if you want to hard enough.
Suddenly, everything changed.
My coaching days are over, Nicholas.
The award-winning true story of a woman's courageous struggle. Jean Stapleton is Aunt Mary. Sunday at 6, here on Channel 5. The score remains the same as we join action later in the third quarter.
There goes Danny Andrews. 9 yards to the 29-yard line.
Remember, Bono has been passing so many times on first down, he's peppered the Cougars with those little passes to the outside. This time he uses that and runs right up the middle. Andrews, a good hole, great blocking by the offensive line. He gets 9 yards.
Now Bergman comes in. There'll be two tight ends, Howell and Bergman. They take out Sherrard. So Mike Young is the only wide receiver. 2nd and 1 at the UCLA 29. Andrews. Oh, boy. Big hit by linebacker Leon White and linebacker Marv Allen.
Gee, I'm surprised the forward progress they gave Andrews. I thought he was hit behind the 30-yard line. They placed the ball just over the 30.
Still deciding if it's a first down or not at the 30-yard line as we did look at the sidelines. It is a first down, they decide, as UCLA elected to run to the short side of the field on 2nd and 1. But a big first down. Cephas back in at tailback. Fake was to Cephas. Forward progress just across the 40 to Mike Sherrard, who's having yet another big game. And it's a first down.
You know, Ray, when I see Bono throw the ball the way he's throwing it, his style of throwing, he reminds me of a very young Roman Gabriel. Big, tall, and just whip the ball right over the top.
First down, UCLA at the Bruin 41. 6 minutes and a few seconds left in the third quarter. BYU leading 24-21. Whoop! Bono. He gets about 8 or 9 yards. Oh, he has good speed to get to the outside. Finally nailed by linebacker Todd Shell.
Boy, Shell is all over the place. He's on the offside, in other words, away from the play, and he tracks down Bono all the way across the field. Keep an eye out for number 47. If it's not for him, Bono gets another 10 or 15 yards.
As it was, he picked up 7. 2nd and 3 at the 48-yard line. Bono, 14 of 18 completions for 180 yards. Cephas got only a yard. It'll be 3rd and 2. Sherrard has caught 3 passes for 61 yards.
Defensive left tackle Brandon Flint really did a good job of clogging that play up. He's 6'4" and 250. A 3-year letterman, number 99. He did a good job of just staying home and fending off 2 blocks so that Cephas could not get outside.
Sherrard to the right. Young to the left. 3rd. Still 3 for a first down. Bono. Fumble. BYU has it at the Bruin 37-yard line. That looked like number 99, Brandon Flint, makes another big play. The big tackle out of Layton, Utah. Now that is the 2nd UCLA turnover versus 3 turnovers by BYU.
There you see number 99 on the left side. He reads pass all the way, and his job is to rush the quarterback. Here he comes from the backside, and the ball is stripped away from Bono. And Flint just gets in there and grabs it away from the quarterback.
Linebacker Leon White stripped the ball, but now it's Brigham Young on offense. Here comes Kozlowski. They're pulling out every trick in the book. Ron Pitts finally made the tackle. Lupe Sanchez had missed him back around the line of scrimmage, but it's a big gain to the 24-yard line and a first down for BYU. Pendleton comes in. Edo comes out. Earlier in the game, you saw that. Over 600 yards per game average on offense for BYU. It's a 1st and 10. UCLA 24, late 3rd quarter. This is a running play. Blocker in front. Might be another first down. It is at the 13-yard line before Don Rogers made a saving tackle on Steve Young. Just a plain rollout by the quarterback with great speed.
That's right, Ray. Run all the way. He never thought about passing. Chucky Miller, number 48, has a shot at him, but he's being blocked right here. And a nice screen block. And Donnie Rogers is the man who comes up and just bumps him out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down.
First down at the 13-yard line of UCLA. 57 yards rushing by Steve Young. To the 8-yard line. Senior Casey Tiamalu. Gain from the 13 to the 8, 5 yards. Tiamalu with a big gain, 85 yards running so far. This is a second down, 5. To the 12-yard line. Did Young wind up with it?
Yes, he did.
It will be 3rd and 9. Now, what do you do defensively? Do you try to put pressure on Young, or do you backpedal and play defense?
He is so good at taking whatever you give him. It's really a gamble. You're going to have to guess along with the quarterback and with the coaching staff. And right now, Young's going to call for a timeout.
That means that BYU will have only 1 timeout remaining. And in a 3-point ball game, with as much offense as we have seen from both teams, that could prove to be a very important timeout. If I could read the look on Steve Young's face, what he was saying, in effect, to the sidelines, either I don't like what you sent in by signal or I don't understand it. So the score, 24-21, BYU leading UCLA. Back after this.
This Bud's for everybody who sets them up just so they can knock them down. They're league bowlers, and they know that when you join a league, you get rolling. The competition, the excitement with good times to spare. You find it all in the leagues at your local bowling center. And league bowlers can compete in the Budweiser Hall of Fame tournament coming this winter. So join a league and get rolling. For all you do, this Bud's for you.
The Toyota Standard Bed Truck presents the 5998 workout. A workout that shows you how the biggest Standard engine in its class helped make Toyota the #1 selling line of import trucks in America. And with that kind of power and performance, you get a lot of working out for your 5998.
Now that's doing it right.
And after a workout, a shower can be mighty refreshing.
Oh, what a feeling, Toyota.
With that much time remaining in the 3rd quarter, Brigham Young has a 3rd down and about 9 at the 12-yard line of UCLA. Stinnett and Tiamalu are the running backs. 3rd down, big play. Look at the time. Is it a touchdown? Yes. Gordon Hudson for the touchdown.
Young, with all that time, just took his time. He was very patient and threaded the needle. But there were 5 Bruins at the goal line waiting for Gordon Hudson. Look at the time he has. Now count them. 1, 2, 3, and 2 more show up right after that. My goodness.
Lee Johnson to perform his specialty as Hudson comes over to the sidelines and gets a breather. Still 3:01 to play, 3rd quarter. And the scoreboard reads, Brigham Young University 31, UCLA 21. But in a moment, Steve Bono and company will be back in action.
Nobody builds a more productive line of farm equipment than International Harvester. But what keeps IH out front is the advantage we have in every customer's hometown, the International Harvester dealer. His dedication, service, and experience make International equipment worth even more. Check out your hometown advantage. Visit your IH dealer.
Where's the chairman of the board?
Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The chairman of the board is boarding. The vice president is vicing. The president is presidenting.
Yes.
The salesmen are selling.
Thank you.
And the customers are customering.
But where's the specials?
Heavy-duty bronze finish frame, gold finish grill. The Academy Riverside screen door now $39.77.
As a customer, I expect good stuff at the right price.
But as chairman of the boards, I demand it.
Breakfast! Come on in!
Coffee. Oh, no thanks.
Frank doesn't use cream. It's one way he's watching his cholesterol.
This isn't cream. It's Mocha Mix non-dairy creamer, and there's no cholesterol. Here, try it.
Not cream? Tastes great. The only creamer we use.
Try the great taste of Mocha Mix non-dairy creamer. Fresh and creamy, no cholesterol, 100% milk-free.
This is the life. Fresh air, nature.
And Mocha Mix.
Mocha Mix, great taste, no cholesterol. Try it.
Rich, young, beautiful. Barbara Parkins, Sharon Tate, and Patty Duke, trapped in the Valley of the Dolls.
What kind of a press agent are you?
A short climb to the top ends in a spiral crash.
Nearly. She's full of sauce. It's not booze, it's pills.
Pills and booze would shatter their lives. A special KTLA premiere. Jacqueline Suzanne's Valley of the Dolls, Monday at 8 here on Channel 5. The score remains the same as we join action later in the third quarter.
Next Friday, that's the 7th of October, is the date of the UCLA Horse Hiders Golf Tournament at San Mateo. Now, if you're going to the Stanford-UCLA game, leave a day early. Play in the tournament. It benefits the Bruin baseball team. If you'd like further information, call Art Reichly at area code 805-644-2955. We're ready to play. 1st and 10, Brigham Young at the Bruin 12-yard line. Kozlowski is out wide to the right. Edo is wide to the left. Young with a lot of time. Pass complete to the 7-yard line to Nick Edo, who had wind up wide to the left. He was hit down by, among others, Joe Gasser. 2nd down. Gain of 5.
That time, Hudson and Edo did a crossing pattern. They actually crossed each other, and Young could have gone to either one of them. Hudson was covered, Edo was open, and he got the pass in.
Pendleton will come out to the left. Kozlowski will go to the right. The tight end, Hudson, is on the right side. Here's Steve Young. Ball was tipped and incomplete. It was intended for Hudson. Now, Pendleton was all. He had 2 receivers right at the same spot in the end zone, but somebody got a hand up.
I think it was number 41, Doug West, outside right linebacker. Keep an eye on 41 right in your picture right now. He's trailing Young, gets his hand up, and tips the ball right there.
Now, 3rd and 5 at the UCLA 7. 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. A 31-21 lead for the Cougars of BYU. Here's a running play. Flag down, gain of only a yard or so, but a flag down as the play developed. And we have holding Brigham Young. It will either be 4th down at the 6. What do you think the decision will be here, Joe?
Well,
it'll be 4th and 4 if the penalty is declined.
Yeah, they declined it.
All right,
I'm off the hook.
4.
I really didn't know which way they were going to go.
Now they're going apparently they'll go for 3. Lee Johnson has been successful on both of his attempts. A 47-yarder and a 37-yarder. The holder, Mark Allen. This attempt, a little more than an extra point type of attempt, 23 yards. 3 more points on the board. Plenty of time left, exactly 10 minutes. Brigham Young 34, UCLA 21. We'll be back after this.
Firestone announces a different kind of car care. Master Care. One big difference is our computerized diagnostic center, the mastermind of Firestone. It analyzes 200 engine functions, tells us what to fix, tells you what was fixed, virtually eliminating guesswork and unnecessary repairs. The mastermind of Firestone. It's better engine care than humanly possible. Only from Firestone.
Boy, did I save money. I got the Super Saver.
So, I'm flying the Dilly Deluxe.
Big deal. I got the double whammy. What's a double
Enough
whammy?
confusion. AirCal adds a new kind of service that makes saving easy. Frugal flights, $35 to the Bay Area for a reserved seat, $25 for standby. Call AirCal single call service for the only frugal flights to the Bay. AirCal, we make flying easy.
With that much time left, BYU by 13. Durrell and Andrews poised to our left at the goal line. Lee Johnson preparing to kick off for the Cougars of BYU, looking for their 3rd win against 1 loss. UCLA looking for win number 1. Another kick that will not be returned. And the UCLA offense will have to start from the 20. Steve Young, 21 completions, 30 attempts, 242 yards, 3 interceptions. Steve Bono will be the last to join the huddle. He'll have Mike Sherrard and Mike Young as his 2 wide receivers. Cephas and Tennell, the running backs. Fake to Cephas. Powell. Out of bounds at the 30. Very close to a first down. Very obviously, if I read that pass defense in the secondary that time correctly, Joe, they were dropping back and saying, we'll give him anything but something deep.
Oh, yeah. In fact, they're coached to give anything up but the home run ball. At least that's what the UCLA coaches feel. That's why they feel they can maybe attack their cornerbacks and just march down the field. But with time running out, they need a couple of touchdowns to go ahead.
No wide receiver, 3 tight ends, 1st and 10 at the Bruin 30. There's a flag down at the BYU 43-yard line. Mike Sherrard, the intended receiver. Let's see what we have. Four officials, 5 officials now huddling. The BYU players are convinced that it's a pass interference call against the defense with 9:47 left in the game.
Well, the defensive man can bump the receiver all the way down the field as long as the receiver hasn't caught up with him or passed him. Let's see what the call is.
The penalty is against BYU. Terry Donahue asking for an explanation from one of the officials. The line of scrimmage was the 30. It was a 1st and 10 play. Five yards.
It's an interference call against Brigham Young. The rule states that if the ball, in the opinion of the official, could not be caught, they'll penalize the defensive team only 5 yards.
1st and 5. About a 3-yard gain for Frank Cephas. It will be 2nd down and 2 at the Bruin 38-yard line. Time, of course, is just getting more important by the moment. Brad Smith, the nose tackle, made the stop. 9.5 minutes left and the clock running. Bergman checks in. Tunnell checks in.
Gets a little easier for the BYU defense because they realize the Bruins are going to have to throw the football.
Danny Andrews is the other running back. Danny Andrews gets the first down across the 40 to the 42. That stops the clock with 9:03 left. Brigham Young 34, UCLA 21. The Bruins have 2 timeouts remaining, and should it become important, BYU has but 1. Mike Young goes out to work against cornerback John Young. Bono. This is Mike Young all the way. 58 yards. He got behind cornerback John Young, and that's all she wrote.
Well, now that's twice that John Young has been beaten. He was beaten earlier on a long touchdown pass, and now he's beaten here by Mike Young, who catches his second touchdown pass as a Bruin. Good protection. Bono just puts the ball up in an area. Mike Young runs to the area, the ball, and he gets to the area at the same time, and that's all she wrote.
So the Bruins are within 7 and still 8:42 left to play. Now the lead is down to 6. Brigham Young 34, UCLA 28. And Steve Bono has shown flashes really of brilliant passing. His statistics are great.
He is 19 of 24.
A $390 one-way drop-off charge? Nobody mentioned that.
I'm sorry.
We're sorry.
So sorry.
So sorry.
Please accept my apology.
Only National guarantees one-way rentals with unlimited free mileage for only $10 a day more than our regular low rates. Guaranteed. And if we don't deliver, you'll get $50 off your next rental. We give you national attention, and that's the truth.
Where's the chairman of the board?
Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The chairman of the board is boarding. The vice president is vicing. The president is presidenting.
Yes.
The salesmen are selling.
Thank you.
And the customers are customering.
But where's the specials?
Heavy-duty bronze finish frame, gold finish grill. The Academy Riverside screen door now $39.77.
As a customer, I expect good stuff at the right price.
But as chairman of the boards, I demand it.
So now it'll all be switched over in a moment to the UCLA defense to try and stop the second most prolific offense in college football.
And this is when you go, well, what if, and but, and how about that? And what about if Bono didn't fumble twice? He had the ball stripped twice, once down deep in BYU territory. Who knows?
And then Brigham Young says, well, if those 2 passes wouldn't have been tipped, maybe they wouldn't have been intercepted.
Exactly.
So at any rate, what it adds up to is just a super football game. And we still have 8 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. Ken Potter to kick, McNabb and Smith to receive. This will be returnable by Smith. 5, 10, out to the 23-yard line. So now this offense will take over. And the crowd is really getting into the game. That scoring drive only took 1 minute and 18 seconds.
Ray, an outstanding crowd on hand. 50,044 here in the Rose Bowl, and I think every one of them making a lot of noise.
Tiamalu will be the only running back. 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Here comes Tiamalu. He gets about 5 yards on first down.
The pressure is really on the defense, and I know if that sounds very simplistic, let me explain. They have to be wary of the passing of Steve Young. They have to be wary by now of that draw play. So it's very tough on the Bruin defense to try and guess with Young and just what he's going to do.
2nd down and 4 at the BYU 29. The clock running, 8 minutes left to play. 34-28, Brigham Young. A lot of time. 1st down. Sanchez makes the tackle on Gordon Hudson. But it's a BYU 1st down. He knew exactly where he had to go. How many has he caught today? Do we know, Joe, unofficially? Gordon Hudson?
Gordon Hudson has 5 passes for 51 yards. Last week against the Air Force, he caught 12.
We're coming up to the midway point of the 4th quarter, 7.5 minutes. Kozlowski comes out to the wide side, working against Ron Pitts. Kozlowski in motion. To the outside is Eddie Stinnett. Oh, what a fine tackle by Joe Gasser. Joe Gasser limited that run to a yard.
But the man who made that play was cornerback Ron Pitts, who stripped the blocking from Stinnett and allowed Gasser to come up and make the tackle clean. Watch number 47 come up from the right corner spot. He'll dive at the blocker, take him out of the play, and now Gasser is able to come up and make the stop on Stinnett. So a 2-man tandem that time. Ron Pitts and Joe Gasser.
2nd down and 9 at the Brigham Young 36. Here comes the pressure. Pass is complete. Close to a 1st down. Eddie Stinnett. Neil Delacono made the tackle along with Ron Pitts, but it's very close to another BYU 1st down. The ball is spotted right on the 45, and that, I think, is enough for a 1st down.
Oh, they have so many weapons. It's like cactus needles. Just when you think you got them all pulled out of your backside, there's one more you forgot about, and he comes up and gets you.
6 minutes and 38 seconds left to play. Wayman Hamilton replaces Stinnett at running back, and it is another 1st down. 6:38 left in the game. Well, this has to be one of the best games that I've seen in a long time, Joe.
Well, that Arizona State game wasn't too bad either a couple of weeks ago.
Well, all right, now Tiamalu is the only running back. Steve Young. Pitts hits him out of bounds after a gain of 5. Boy, did he open up the field that time as soon as he took off. But the clock was stopped.
I think he'd like to pass here if he could, but he's forced out of the pocket by number 2, Herb Welsh. Ron Pitts comes up, bumps him out of bounds. But the double threat of a Young, he'll hurt you with a pass, and he'll absolutely put you away with his running ability.
That much time left in the game. 2nd and 5, the ball at the 50. There's this little draw play. Another 1st down. Tiamalu. My goodness, is he over 120 yards by this time?
Tiamalu has 14 carries for 124 yards. And watch him, he just runs like he's in a maze. Darting out, darting in, left and right. The ability to cut on a dime, so important here. He picks his spots, runs to daylight, and picks up the 1st down.
To the 43-yard line of UCLA with 5:55 left and the clock running. 34-28 BYU. All the time in the world, and there's Gordon Hudson. Fumble. Pendleton was right there.
He certainly was. Good time, a lot of poise. Pass right where you expect it. And now the fumble. They strip the ball away, but Pendleton is there standing around watching the play and jumps on the loose ball.
It apparently was good for about a 9-yard gain, but maybe close enough to call for a measurement. Terry Donahue pleading his cause to the officials. Measurement for the down, 5:36 left. It's been a BYU offense that keeps the defense off guard, off balance. It will be second and only about a foot. And if I can correctly gauge the thinking of Lavelle Edwards based on watching him a number of times, this is a spot where he's just liable to have Steve Young fake the running play, a play action, and might throw on second and about a foot. Stinnett and Wayman Hamilton will be the running backs. Hamilton 33, Stinnett 43.
You know, the yardage stick across the way says third down.
Yes.
That might be what the delay is about. The scoreboard says second down.
I believe that was a first down play. Maybe that's why the officials are huddling right now.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit confused right now, but it says second down on the scoreboard, but the down marker across the way says third down.
No indication yet they're going to change it now that
this could be very critical. Second down and one, third down and one. That's a whole different ball game.
I'm wondering if somehow the officials lost track of whatever down it was.
Well, they're going to the alternate official on the sideline across the way, and they're going to try and find out. The official is now behind the UCLA bench, and he's going to a telephone to call the press box.
Whatever, referee Guy Gibbs doesn't seem to be too concerned about it. He was there chatting with one of the BYU players. Now it's back to second down. I was almost certain, I'll never say certain, but almost certain that it was a first down play. Second, about a foot or so away from a first down. The lights have been turned on here at the Rose Bowl in late afternoon. This game now approaching the 3-hour mark. Next week, the Bruins will be at Palo Alto to take on Stanford. Tony Pankoff is in now at nose tackle, the freshman out of Long Beach, number 55. Second, less than a yard for a first down. Kozlowski in motion to the outside, and a big first down at the 26-yard line of UCLA. Of course, if nothing else, BYU would like to get within field goal range of their truly fine kicker, Lee Johnson. Bryant comes out. Rather, Hamilton came out. Tiamalu replaces him. BYU going with 3 wide receivers and the 1 running back, the star running back of the game, Tiamalu. There he goes again. Look at him slip that tackle. It's another first down. This is the 15-yard line. Now they are in perfect position, if need be, from a BYU point of view, for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, they can have it their way. Here's the draw play again. Doug West, number 41, has a shot at him right here, and he just slips away. That little reverse pivot right there got him loose, and he picked up more valuable yardage. Very close to another first down, right?
Another measurement. Tony Phillips, the sophomore linebacker out of Santa Monica, made the tackle. 135 yards running.
And on a team that is a predominantly passing team, that's incredible. Let's see what that does on a big first down play now. It sets up second down and inches. Well, you can play with the opposition now for a down and probably get a first down.
Has Johnson punted more than 1 time today? I can only recall 1 punt. Just 1 punt. That's how absolutely efficient this offense has been. They've lost it 3 times on interceptions. Second down, about a foot away from a first down. Clock starts to run again. 4:20 left in the game. BYU by 6. There's There's the first down run. Tiamalu protecting that football, both hands wrapped around it as he gets a first down at the 10-yard line. And referee Guy Gibbs starts winding that arm. That means start the clock again. It'll be less than 4 minutes to play when the ball is snapped by Trevor Matic to quarterback Steve Young. Fine play. Cornerback Lupe Sanchez, and there is a loss, as Young is tackled for a loss of about 4.5 or 5. But another 30 seconds go off the clock.
Sanchez, like all the defensive backs, have been very busy today. Here he reads run right off the bat and just comes up to Phil and makes a nice tackle in the open field on Young. That hasn't happened too many times today.
Second down and 15. Put it in the air. How in the world did Hudson hold on to that football?
I don't know. Donnie Rogers put the hammer on him. What a nice pass and a great catch. And again, a good hit by Rogers. And everything works. Again, the time by Young. He can stand back there, pick up his receiver, and then he is just leveled by Rogers and hangs on to the football.
Third down at the 7.
Wow.
2:40 left in the game and the clock running. 7 yards away from a first down, 7.5 away from a touchdown. Big third down play. Incomplete. Pitts almost picked it off. Pitts almost picked it off. It was intended for Stinnett. So now Lee Johnson will try to put BYU up by... There's that pass again.
Well, it'd be a good time for an interception if you're Terry Donahue.
This will be a 24-yard field goal attempt. Johnson is on target, and the BYU fans at the Rose Bowl are ecstatic with 2:20 left. Brigham Young's lead goes up to 9. And so with the score, BYU 37, UCLA 28. Back after this.
Newman Carl Haas Budweiser racing team roars into the championship racing series. And at the wheel, Mario Andretti. They're coming your way, and they're playing to win. This Bud's for you.
You're invited to a going-away party at your Southern California Chevy dealers. It's the end of the model year, and we're giving these 83 Chevrolets a clearance price send-off. Cavalier deals to make the confetti fly. S10 pickups tagged for a quick exit. Celebrities at year-end prices worth celebrating. You're invited, but hurry. Once they're gone, the party's over. See your Southern California Chevy dealer and get what you're driving for.
Aunt Mary was a very special kind of woman.
You want her to coach you, huh? That's crazy.
But how could I be a baseball player with this? You could do anything you want to do if you want to hard enough.
Suddenly, everything changed.
My coaching days are over, Nicholas.
The award-winning true story of a woman's courageous struggle. Jean Stapleton is Aunt Mary. Sunday at 6, here on Channel 5. An Olympic hopeful.
I always think I'm past it, that it can't hurt me anymore. And then without warning, it all comes rushing back.
Suddenly, her life was changed.
It means her neck's broken.
Her dream was shattered.
I'm never gonna walk.
until someone special brought hope. Beau Bridges stars in the true story of Jill Kinmont's courageous struggle. The Other Side of the Mountain, Tuesday at 8, here on Channel 5.
2 minutes and 20 seconds remain. BYU, coming into the game, had given up an average of 32 points a game while scoring 48.3. Steve Young used 6 minutes and 22 seconds off the playing clock in 12 plays and came up with the all-important three-pointer. And Durrell and Andrews await the kickoff. Durrell. Out to the 30-yard line. And of course, it would be superfluous for me to say what the UCLA Bruins need right now. They need about a 2-play or a 1-play touchdown drive.
What they needed was a kickoff return for a touchdown, and then get the onside kick is what they needed.
From the 30 of UCLA. Here's a reverse by Durrell. He gets 5 yards. And the defenders stayed home, and that's what kept that from going for big yardage. A flag down at the Bruin 23-yard line.
Number 47, Todd Shell, was blocked by Jim McCullough, or else Shell would have made the tackle in the backfield, and that's when McCullough was charged for a personal foul when both players were on the ground. If we have a replay, maybe we'll see that. But while Durrell was running around, now watch the block there. Not really a block, but there's the infraction. Shell already on the ground. McCullough comes up and puts a helmet in his side, and that's a personal foul.
So as the penalty puts the ball back at the Bruin 11-yard line, we'll say thank you to the staffs of these two universities for their assistance with today's telecast. From Brigham Young, Glenn Tuckett, the athletic director, Lavelle Edwards and staff, the head football coach, and Dave Schultes, the sports information director. But right now, the ball is back at the Bruin 11-yard line. They must reach the 40 for a first down. And again, thank you to Peter Dallas, the athletic director at UCLA, Terry Donahue, the head football coach and staff of the Bruins, Gary Roush, sports information director, Mark Dellins, the associate sports information director. Thanks to all of these people for their help. Lavelle Edwards looking a little bit placid right now as compared to earlier in the game.
Still not ready to smile, though.
No.
Another couple of minutes, maybe.
So next week, the conference season gets underway. If we want to eliminate a tie with Arizona State from the conference, Arizona State playing Stanford this weekend, the opponent next week for the Bruins. First and almost 30. 3-man rush. Pass complete to the 22-yard line to Bergman. So they get about 11 yards on the first down pass. That shows now exactly 2 minutes left in the game. Second down, 18. Good for a first down and out of bounds, out across the 40-yard line to Harper Howell.
Now the Cougars will give the Bruins that kind of pass all day long, at least for the next minute and a half, because they don't want to give up the home run. BYU has been burnt twice on the long pass today, and they don't want to give it up now. Bono, 21 of 26, Ray, for 337 yards. I think he might have won himself a job.
I would think so. Durrell is off to the right, Sherrard to the left, 1st and 10, UCLA 43, 1:53 left in the game. BYU leading by 9. Couldn't quite get it to Durrell at the 40-yard line of BYU. That's one of the few passes I think you can safely say he was really off target.
Yeah, he threw behind Durrell, who was doing a crossing pattern. When a passing play takes that long to develop, the wide receivers start ad-libbing a lot. They've already run their routes after 3 or 4 seconds of the play. In the 5th or 6th seconds, they start ad-libbing, and then it's up to Bono to find them, and that time he was a little bit behind them.
2nd and 10. BYU's been rushing just 3 men. Same thing this time. 3-man rush. Whoop.
That was caught by Lavelle Edwards.
Good hands.
He threw it right to the coach.
It will now be 3rd and 10 at the Bruin 43. Now BYU will bring in a couple of new defenders. Greg Peterson, a starting cornerback, has been getting a rest. He's going into the game. 3rd and 10. UCLA has never been ahead. They've been down by as many as 14. Right now trailing by 9. Third and 10 play. 4-man rush. Cephas. First down at the 42-yard line of BYU. First and 10, ball spotted between the 41 and 42-yard line. Steve Bono's statistics, how impressive. Three-man rush. Whoa. That would have been touchdown to Danny Andrews, but somebody tipped, just got a finger on it.
Gary Whittingham, number 53, the inside right linebacker, was dropping on that play. They're only rushing 3 or 4 men now. Most cases 3, and Whittingham, 53, tips the ball right there. Otherwise, I think you're right. Andrews had the lane. If he catches the ball, it's all over.
2nd down and 10, 1:28 now left in the game. Three-man rush. Pass complete to the 34-yard line. Bergman caught that pass. No huddle. Clock running. 1:10 remaining. 3rd and 3. There's a flag. Bergman caught the pass. The flag thrown on Bobby Salazar, a reserve strong safety.
Might have been a spearing call on Salazar. You are not supposed to use the helmet as a weapon. And if that was indeed the call, you might see Salazar put a helmet in the back of Bergman. Let's see. Yep, there he did it.
Where's the chairman of the board?
Everybody's where they're supposed to be. The chairman of the board is boarding. Vice president is vicing. The president is presidenting.
Yes.
Salesmen are selling.
Thank you.
And the customers are customering.
But where's the specials?
Heavy-duty bronze finish frame, gold finish grill. The Academy Riverside screen door now $39.77.
As a customer, I expect good stuff at the right price.
But as chairman of the boards, I demand it.
A sports car performing on a racetrack, that's expected. A Toyota SR5 sport truck doing it, that's incredible. But it's this kind of incredible performance that's helped make Toyota the #1 selling line of import trucks in America. And as incredible as this Toyota handles, that's how smooth and comfortable it rides.
That's incredible.
That's doing it right.
Oh, what a feeling, Toyota.
The infraction occurred where the ball was caught at about the 28-yard line. They're going to call a holding.
They don't call that.
The clock shows 1 minute and 1 second remaining.
And they march it off from the line of scrimmage, not from the point of the foul.
Well, they did mark it. They marched it off from the point of the foul. I don't quite understand that. At any rate, it's a first down just inside the 25-yard line. First and 10. 58 seconds left. And the sack by Jim Herman, the big defensive lineman from Heartland, Wisconsin. All the way back at the 33-yard line, and now the Bruins take one of their timeouts, this one with 49 seconds left. The executive producer of UCLA football is Leonard Klompus. Today's game has been produced by Marcia Turner, directed by William Andrews. The coordinating producer is Paul Carlson. Associate producer is Skip Desjardins. Production facilities have been supplied by Cruise Unlimited, Crestwood, Kentucky, and Rocky Mountain Productions of St. Louis, Missouri. Produced in association with KTLA, Channel 5, Los Angeles, Golden West Television, Incorporated. Dennis Mnuchin has been our statistician. Chuck Panama keeping things straight as far as who's doing what today. And for both our statistician, Joe, and Chuck Panama, our spotter, this has been a busy day.
I think they had the toughest job of all next to the defensive backfield of UCLA.
Danny Andrews just now joins the huddle. Brian Wiley, the junior fullback out of Harbor City, number 22. Now Steve Bono. I would have to think that certainly offensively the Bruins staff should feel pretty good about what's transpired today as they get ready for Stanford next week.
I'm sure they feel better about things, but they still haven't got a win.
2nd and 19. Out of bounds. Caught by Mike Young, but out of bounds, and it will be 3rd and 19. With now 43 seconds remaining. Kevin Nelson has not played today. He has suffered a very painful, what is known in the trade as a turf toe. I guess that doesn't sound like very much, but from what athletes have told me, it is very, very painful. Durrell goes to the left, Sherrard to the right. 3rd and 19. 3 men rushing. Jim Herman, now there's a flag.
If that's on BYU, I'll be very disappointed in the officials. How do you tell a defensive lineman who's in the middle of a sack to ease up? And I think that's what they might call. And I can't believe it.
Oh.
That's what it is. That makes more sense.
Somebody had a face mask with 35 seconds left in the game. The ball moves to the 36-yard line. UCLA takes a timeout, and that's it. No more timeouts remaining for the Bruins. 35 seconds left in the game. Steve Bono has had a chance to go over and chat with the members of the strategy staff.
And they've got to get it in the end zone quickly. If there are any thoughts of an onside kick and then some more offensive plays, they can't keep taking up time. There's only 35 seconds left.
3rd and 20. 3-man rush. He's throwing it into a big crowd. And it's caught for a touchdown. Mike Young caught the ball, batted by John Young, the quarterback. And it's all of a sudden 37-34 with 26 seconds remaining.
You know, that play was by design. Just flood the zone with blue shirts, throw it up there, and may the better man win. And on a tip ball, Mike Young came down with the pass. How about that one?
My, oh my. 71 points, and in a moment, probably 72. "26 seconds remaining. Now, Joe, tell me about John Lee's expertise at short kicks.
Well, it'll either be John Lee or Ken Potter.
Or maybe, I was thinking maybe they might switch.
They might.
Depending on which one, I guess, has better control with the foot.
Well, Ken Potter's been working on that. In fact, all the kickers do, but since Potter's the kickoff man, it'll most likely be Ken Potter, number 4. He'll try and kick the top half of the football, get it rolling down, and it has to go at least 10 yards before a Bruin can touch it. Meanwhile, Brigham Young sends not the lineman type up front. They'll send in their, what they call their hands team. The smaller fellas, the defensive backs, the running backs, the wide receivers, fellas who can handle the football while it's rolling around. And there's Terry Donahue explaining, if we get the football, he's talking to his offensive line now, here's what we're going to do. Well, we'll see in a moment if they get the football at all.
All right, let's see what Ken Potter does now with 26 seconds remaining. They only have one man back deep, BYU. Maybe Potter will try to kick it over the first 2 waves. Maybe off to his right. No one from Brigham Young is back deep and to the right of the kicker. We'll see. Oh, here it comes, everybody off to the right. BYU has it at their 48-yard line. The scoreboard shows that the Bruins have 1 timeout left. I don't believe that's correct.
Well, we ought to get it in while we can. Steve Bono has a new passing record here at UCLA, 395 yards. The old record was 345 by Tom Ramsey against Arizona last year.
So Steve Bono in his first start. Now, you notice all BYU is going to do is try and protect the football. Young will take the snap. He has 3 players behind him just in case there's a mishandling of the snapback. Clock is running. It's down to 15 seconds. BYU 37, UCLA 35. Players shake hands. A day of excitement at the Rose Bowl. But for Terry Donahue, the first loss that he has ever suffered on this playing field, either as a player, an assistant coach, or as the head coach. And the Cougars of BYU continue their onslaught of scoring records, total yardage records. And LaVelle Edwards and Terry Donahue meet at midfield. Delighted you've been able to be with us. We've reached the end of the game. Final score, Brigham Young University 37, UCLA 35. We'll be back with our final comments after this.
Are you tired of the gotcha of old-fashioned wrenches? Well, now there's SureLock, an incredible new universal wrench with a grip like a vise. SureLock versus all these wrenches makes SureLock a sure winner. From 3/8 to 13/16 or 9mm to 22, SureLock fits them all. No more searching for the right size. SureLock's right every time. Do chewed-up bolt heads give you a headache? Relax. SureLock locks up like a vise to loosen even strip nuts, and SureLock won't get under your skin. Why? Because SureLock works on the flats of the nut, not the corners, like those gotcha wrenches. Metric or Imperial, foreign or domestic, SureLock fits them all from 3/8 to 13/16 and every size in between. Lawnmowers, cars, bikes, and toys, nothing's too tight for SureLock. It replaces this $40 set of wrenches and fits right in your pocket. There's more. In a tight spot, watch. This would take forever to tighten with a regular wrench. But SureLock even has a built-in ratchet so it socks it up in seconds. Turn it over and it loosens just as fast. SureLock is made from the finest hardened tool steel. And if you order now, we'll also send you Big Lock. It fits from 13/16 to 1 1/4. Through this offer, you get both wrenches, plus our incredible 10-year written guarantee. But we've not finished yet. Order now and we'll also include the complete screwdriver workshop. Look, 10 screwdrivers to fit every type, style, size, and shape of screw. Plus, as an extra bonus, you'll also receive the amazing pocket tool kit. This incredible tool cuts glass, strips, sharpens, hones, and shapes tile like a professional does. And it's yours not for $10 or $15, but as a bonus. You get it all. Sure Lock, Big Lock, the 10-piece screwdriver workshop, and the pocket tool kit, all for the amazing price of only $19.99. For COD and credit card orders, call 1-800-453-1234. Save the COD charges by sending $19.99 plus $3 shipping and handling to Wrench Kit, 1551 Northwestern Avenue, Los Angeles. You get the entire 13-piece fine quality tool kit for just $19.99. Order now.
Well, Joe Butita, in a few seconds, how do you summarize 72-point football game?
Well, I say that they faced, what, the best rushing team against Nebraska, now the best passing team. Next week, another passing team in Stanford. It'll be a Pac-10 ball game. No, we'll see. The Bruins are 0-3-1 right now, and they really need a win, and many of the Bruins thought they'd get it today.
That's Lavelle Edwards chatting with Steve Bono.
I'm sure that's a thrill for Steve right now.
Oh, yes.
Talked to by the head coach of the Brigham Young Cougars. Fine job by Steve.
Along with Joe Butita, I'm Ray Scott. Thank you so much for being with us. We hope you enjoyed the telecast as we say so long from the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. Once again, the final score, Brigham Young University 37, UCLA 35. This has been an exclusive Metro Sports videotape presentation.